slope-intercept form of the line that passes through 10, 9 and is parallel to the graph of y equals 3/5 x minus 1. Before we can answer this problem, we need to know what it means to be parallel. What characteristic does it mean to be parallel? So right here I have some lines, and they are parallel. Remember that parallel means never touching, okay? So we need to find out algebraically what these equations have in common that makes them parallel. So I have hidden their equations, and now I'm going to unhide their equations. Okay, so I'm going to unhide this label. I'm going to unhide this label. I'm going to unhide this label. And I'm going to unhide that label. Okay. Now I've unhidden all my labels. Here's F2. Here's F1. Here's F3. Oops, F4. And here's F3. Each one of these lines has a different y-intercept, but if you notice, they all have something in common. They all have a slope of 3. So I guess it means to be parallel is to have the same slope. Okay, so the slope of this line is 3/5, and it goes through this point right here. I have a point, and I have a slope. That means I have enough information to use point-slope form of a linear equation to find the slope-intercept form. So I have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, remember these are little ones in the subscript, they're not little commas. Okay. So I have y minus my y1 is 9 equals, the slope is 3/5 times x minus, we're going to use this point right here, 10. Okay, I'm going to distribute my 3/5 to the x and to the 10, because distribute means multiply to every single term inside the next parentheses. So y minus 9 equals 3/5 x minus 30/5. And if you're wondering, why not 30/50ths? Well, 3/5 times 10. Remember, whole numbers get to go over 1. And multiplying fractions, that's no problem. It's the top times the top and the bottom times the bottom. So that's why we multiply the 3 times the 10 and 5 times 1. So we have 3/5 times negative 10 is negative 30/5. We need to keep simplifying. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides of the equation. Now, I wrote 9 as a fraction with fifths as the denominator so that I would have an easier time adding fractions over here. But then I noticed 30/5. What's 30 divided by 5? 6. So I'm going to erase this. Okay. And I'm going to have minus 6 over here. So I can just add 9 to both sides. And I get y equals 3/5 x plus 3. And then, of course, I'm going to look for that as an answer choice. 5/3 x. No, that wouldn't be parallel. That would be perpendicular. Negative 5/3 x. Nope, that wouldn't be parallel. That would be perpendicular. Because perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. But parallel lines have the same slope. So here's a 3/5, here's a 3/5. This one has a y-intercept of 3, just like we found algebraically, and this one does not. So our answer should be C. Okay, so it asked, what is the slope-intercept form of the line that passes through 10, 9 and is parallel to the graph of y equals 3/5 x minus 1? So I'm just going to verify on my calculator that 3/5 x plus 3 goes through this point. Three-fifths x plus 3. Oops. Try that again. I'm going to put a point on this line. And we were looking for the point 10, 9. So I'm going to change this x value to 10. And how about that? It is 9. So I can also verify with the table, Control T, because table starts with a T. And scroll to 10. And the corresponding y value is 9. So we are good to go.